Man, stay safe world. You already know what's going on, man. So basically, YSL artist Yak Gotti is basically facing accusations of snitching when it all comes to this YSL case because of statements that he made to the police, man. We gonna get right into it and whether or not this has anything to do with the current indictment, because he's getting blamed for that basically because of paperwork leaking. We gonna get right into it, but before we do, I'm gonna need you to like, comment, subscribe, and we gonna run this up. So let me explain this. First off, this is real paperwork. If you look up his name, which is, I'm gonna give you his name in the video, obviously, Demonte Kendricks, who's basically has a whole case that he was facing, like a federal case. We're gonna get right into it right now. So in October 1st, 2015, Demonte Kendricks and his passenger Martinez Antoine Arnold, aka Lil Duke, were basically riding around with an AK-47 inside of their car, allegedly. Well, not allegedly, this is on paperwork. So they were riding around enemy territory in Atlanta, and then the police basically were trying to stop them for expired tags, and I think they had also ran a stop sign. And then they fled the traffic stop and engaged in a short, high-speed chase that ended with Kendricks, who is Yak Gotti, running a stop sign, losing control of the vehicle, and hitting a guardrail. The police apprehended the men after they attempted to flee on foot. Upon searching the vehicle, the officers discovered a small amount of marijuana, as well as a pistol and semi-automatic rifle, both loaded. Later investigation revealed that both firearms were stolen. In subsequent interviews with police, Kendricks admitted that he owned the rifle and that he lent it to Arnold, who planned to use it that night to retaliate against a rival gang who beat him up. Kendricks also told the police that the pistol was his and described an unrelated incident involving that firearm. Kendricks and Arnold were both charged in a state court, but while Kendricks was also charged in the instant case in federal court, Arnold was not charged in federal court. After unsuccessfully moving in the instant case to suppress his statements to police, Kendrick pled guilty to being a felon in possession of a firearm. Both Kendrick's and Arnold's state court cases are still pending. This is what's crazy about that. So because of the fact he was trying to suppress his statements to the police, where he basically gave the information about the gun being his and he lent it to Lil Duke, people are saying that he snitched. So fast forward this year to the YSL case. Notice how they said the state case is still pending, but he did his time in the federal case. And that's what this all came out. All this information and the statement came out when this was released, when he was trying to appeal this. And I guess it never really mattered because no one really understood the context of it, and no one really understood like what this had to do with anything and why exactly it was a big deal that he was appealing and like all this shit. And then he got out. He even made a like song and talked about the shit and basically said he took the case for the thing, even though he kind of blamed the whole weapon on his homie. But we're going to get into it. And they're saying that they were looking to go retaliate. He specifically told the police that he was looking to retaliate against a rival gang. Fast forward this year, in the current YSL situation, defendants Martinez Arnold and Demonte Kendrick, associates of YSL, did commit felony offense of conspiracy to murder by driving to the territory of a rival gang with the intent to cause the death of another human being in retaliation for a prior shooting by a gang rival, while armed with an AK-47 assault rifle and a .40 caliber handgun in violation of Georgia's law. Pursuant, basically, this is an act of racketeering and an overt act and furtherance of the conspiracy. So this case that is back then, that happened in 2015, is being used to justify the YSL racketeering case and saying that they committed this in furtherance of the gang, and they're trying to tie, I'm guessing, Young Thug to that shit, basically saying that it was him calling it, on top of the fact that apparently there's a statement that people are saying, but I wasn't able to find it at the time of this video, that Yak Gotti gave a statement on the death of Big Nut. who, if you don't know who that is basically the main person that currently YSL's ringleader, in quotations, Young Thug, is being like charged for conspiracy of murder for basically renting out the car that allegedly people used to hit and kill Big Nut. So I mean, I'm not saying that the dude is a snitch, Yak Gotti or whatever, but you know, at this point in time, there's definitely paperwork that shows that he gave a statement and was trying to suppress a statement to the police. So, I mean, you could do the fucking X's and O's on that shit. I'm not saying really anything about that, but you could kind of come to your own judgment and see what the fuck that means. But the information is definitely gonna hurt them, because he literally admitted to intending to fucking retaliate against a rival gang. I don't even know why you would admit that you were in gang territory and said all this shit. He should have just had a lawyer. But him saying that is definitely not looking good, because in the YSL case, they're basically using that against him, and they're gonna try to like say and prove that like they were going around on purpose. They could have just said they were riding around with the car, the AK-47, you know, just for fun. But he specifically said that they were riding around to go cause harm in another individual. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not looking good for this YSL case because of this Yak Gotti statement. That in itself is already conspiracy to murder for them, and hopefully that, I mean, YSL as a whole is like pretty much a wrap, because he gave the police what they wanted, even if they don't get anything else, man. But you know, let me know what y'all think and your thoughts about this. Do you think that he snitched? Or you think it's ultimately gonna matter what his statement was, or you think this is gonna be like the end thing that takes them all down, man? Let me know what y'all think. Real say shit. You already know what's going on. Peace.